Gang.
What up? What up? What up?
You still can't see
Live
me,
and
Dale?
direct. Live and direct.
Can you
Live,
see me, Dale?
live.
No, I can't see you, but we just keep pushing.
Yo, listen. Old Heads Only episode. I think it's number 10, Dale.
10 or 11.
It's number 10 or 11. Let me see. I'm trying to get us on Instagram so we can go nuts tonight. I'm about to go in. Yo, listen. I'm not here to diss nobody. You might think I had a little too much Bacardi, but my name is Challz Brown. On the right over there is Dale, man. And down the bottom, we got a very special guest tonight. My man Wiz-One. He want to remain almost anonymous, so he in the dark right now.
Southside Streets, that's what it is.
That's what it is. So listen, I don't think we're going to be on my Instagram because it don't look like that's going to be working. But did we lose the connection? I think we lost it, bro. We did. Hold on. Oh, that's my bad. Hold on, bro. Let me leave this joint real quick. That's on me. That's on me. We're going to fix this. There we go. Can you see me, Dale?
No, but it don't matter. Just keep pushing.
All right, there it is. Yo, listen. We good, gang.
Yeah,
we got people in the chat. Let me check the chat. Y'all know what it is tonight. We going nuts because I got a lot to say about this battle rap stuff. I got a lot to say right here. Let me know if y'all can hear me. Let me just check something. Check one more thing, and then we're gonna go in because, yo, listen, this Old Heads Only, and we talk about straight up old classic hip-hop situations. I got my man Wiz-One in the building over there on the right. I got my man Dale, man, 4 Hours Ugly Professor. I am Challz Brown, CLBMG Network. We appreciate y'all tuning in. If y'all can hear me, let me know in the comments. But we got a lot to discuss. We are live right now on 8 different platforms. And if you're tuning in, you already know what's going on. We're going to talk about your boy J. Cole. We're going to talk about hip-hop rap battles. I want to ask you something, Wiz.
What up?
Have you been seeing the narrative today about J. Cole and, I want to say, for lack of a better word, mental health?
About the depression. Nah, you know what? I saw a crazy take on, I think it might have been Sean King joint on X, but he posted a joint with I forgot the kid who did it, but he was talking about how everybody that's really a true fan of hip hop knew what it was off Bucks. So for J. Cole to come back and feel like he had to apologize was kind of just weird because it's like the true purists knew it was just some verbal sparring. They knew what it was. You know what I mean? Like nobody took offense to seeing LeBron and Kobe going against each other. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's the battle of the best. You want to see the battle of the best if you claim to be that. But
Facts.
the way that he recants it, and the whole fact, I told you all break when he named that shit "might delete later."
Right.
That shit was sus. That shit was
Right,
speaking
right.
to, and you said it out the gate. You know, it seemed like he never wanted to do that shit. But I'm just like, don't throw no punch if you ain't trying to get your snot box rocks.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's just what it is. But you know, I felt like it was good for the game. You know what I mean?
I don't feel like it was
It
good for the
just
game.
didn't. It
I
just
want to
didn't
have
end the
that
way I thought.
conversation. We're going to talk about rap battles and everything before we get off this, but I don't think it was good for the game. But go ahead. I don't want to cut you off.
No. I mean, initially I thought it was going to be that. I'm just saying I thought it was going to be good for the game. I was like, okay, Dot drop what he dropped. We're going to see what they do.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thinking about best battles, right? We were just versing earlier about the Nas shit, about the live Nas joint. You posted, I think, earlier, right? And then I sent the other joint about when he did Ether.
Right.
You know what I mean? Live. One thing.
So with the people that don't know what you're talking about, it's a clip circulating on Twitter where it's Nas. I believe he was at, what was it, Hot 97 back in
Hot 97. Yeah.
Back in like 02.
Right when
Probably
that
like
album dropped.
Yeah.
And it's a clip of him performing. First of all, the energy was crazy in there.
Yeah, I got the
That was the
DVD.
craziest energy. He performed
Made You Look.
And
He did the Made You Look remix.
A clip of that and a clip of him performing Ether.
Mm-hmm.
And it's circulating Twitter, and it looked crazy. It's like, we'll never get this again. And it was crazy. Yo, that joint gave me goosebumps, bro.
Right. So thinking back to classic battles, right? You think about how Nas took a KRS approach. I think it's lost on a lot of people that Nas took on the whole Rockefeller.
He did.
He had joints against Cam and them, and Jimmy with that whole Koofy Smacker shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? The fucking Bean shit. Like Nas went in against everybody. When we were talking about who's who and shit, and I was like, you know what I mean? He not really not like K-Dot more like Nas. Nas took on everybody. Fucking KRS took on everybody. Dot in this situation took on who he felt like was at the top.
Right.
Took on everybody. So it's one of them joints. So it's like he ready for the smoke. You know what I mean? So it's just like, let's see how this play out. Let's see what people do. This the early warm, early juggle. But off the early juggle, it seemed like this shit just fizzled way sooner than anything. And then, what up with your man Drizzy?
I'm gonna tell you. Hold on. Let me backtrack on what you just said, right? Because what's bothering me right now is the narrative. The narrative that's I'm being literally, and I'm not gonna say just me, but I'm being looked at as a Neanderthal in some of these groups. I'm in a group chat. I'm in a group on Facebook called Hip Hop Discussion Group. Right? These dudes looking at me like I am some kind of old dinosaur because I won't accept this apology as if he decided he didn't want to do it. So he's apologizing. You don't want to let the black man grow. You don't want somebody in my comments right now. You don't want the black man to heal, right? It's this pseudo woke, right? So what I'm saying is they're telling me I'm immature because I won't let J. Cole apologize his way out of this and just move forward. He's the bigger man. Charlemagne went on Breakfast Club this morning and laid this whole trip down about we want to see blood and negativity, right? That rapper D1 out of New Orleans, and I'm about to do a video on D1. I think I might be at my wit's end with D1. I'm just gonna be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think I'm at my
end. We ain't even gonna get in it. Like that's a whole.
Challz,
yeah, you're right. That's a whole.
You're not alone on your thoughts about him because the podcasts I've listened to, like PSA Reloaded and Rap Roundtable, they feel the way you feel. So it must be like us older guys feel the way you feel. Maybe the majority of the younger crowd feel like he's being a bigger man and he's apologizing. Nothing wrong with that. So it might be a generation thing.
But it's a lot. You know who it is? It's a lot of women, right? That's really, really supporting J. Cole. Listen, I'm not against J. Cole. Let's just be honest, bro. I'm not against J. Cole, and I'm not against a man apologizing. But what we gotta remember is Cole been kicking up a lot of dust for about 3 years.
Come on. Even on the first person shooter.
He's been rapping like he one of the best, and then
even
when it's
on
time
first person shooter, he was dropping subs.
Yeah.
Like Cole be sneak behind his hand. The whole shit about everybody claiming they steppers. Come on. Dot just had the joint big steppers. Come on, dog. Like, why would you use that reference of all references if you ain't really feel like that? Man, come on, dog.
Dale, you in front of your computer, Dale. Dale, you in front of your computer. Pull up the lyrics, please, of first person shooter. Let's just start there. Because
I'm in the middle of trying to clean out my drive.
I will get it. But listen, your boy Cole, and listen, I like Cole. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Cole dope.
Make it like, yo, like he's just trying to he's trying to build hip hop up, not destroy it. So now we destroying hip hop because he's put his foot in his mouth and want to backtrack.
It's
Go ahead, Juan.
wild. It's wild because it's like we all respect Cole, you know what I mean? But like I said in the joint, for him to try to tear down Dot catalog and his catalog don't even match up to Dot catalog,
Not
then
really.
he went as so far as to drop a whole album like he had Heat on Deck and he got Work and you name it, Might Delete Later. And then the shit ain't even Ralph. Like no funny, that shit ain't even Ralph.
Juan, I haven't
That,
even heard one song outside of the diss song.
man,
Yeah, I haven't heard the whole
the
joint yet.
3001 joint decent. He got the joint Fever, which is supposed to be for the ladies, but that shit mid as fuck. Like, and that's why I was like, when we were talking, I was like, I ain't trying to make him out to be no bum, but I'm just saying he don't have that work. Like Forest Hill Drives is probably the best body of work he got so far.
That's
You know what I
about 3
mean?
albums ago.
And if
I
it
don't even
wasn't,
think that's his best body of work, in my opinion, but
and if it
that's my
wasn't,
opinion.
yeah, but I'm like, if it wasn't for the J cosign, him being on that label, he wouldn't be the same person. I use that analogy truthfully. Like if Pat Mahomes went to the fucking Jets or the Jaguars when they was some shit, he wouldn't have been the same Pat Mahomes with these rings. He just wouldn't. And J. Cole the same. Like he benefited from the situation. They ain't taking nothing away from him. He dope. He got bars. But even when we look at those features that he been having to run on, right?
Right.
He had. They say everybody. It's a consistent thing that he bodied the Johnny P joint. Not taking nothing away from
He
Benny,
did
but
body that. I can't take nothing away from him.
right.
Yeah,
But when
he's
you
the guy.
but listen though, hear me out. When you look at the Griselda body work, right? Conway at the top of that pyramid. So it ain't like he did it on Conway joint. He did it
No,
on
he
Benny
didn't.
joint. And not to take nothing away from Benny, but it ain't like he bodied the best in that situation. The Lil
I ain't gonna
Yachty
say he
joint.
even bodied Benny though. I think Benny held his own.
Yeah, but I'm just saying people feel like he bodied that song. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
people give Benny his joint.
do like he killed him on his own song.
People
Well,
feel
he
like
killed
that's a joint,
everybody.
but he feel like that he went up on that. But just hear me out. Even Yachty, like the joint he got with Yachty, he got a
Yeah.
dope verse on that. But let's be real, it's Yachty. It ain't like it's
Right.
Black Thought or something.
He bodying dudes he can body. He
Come
bodying.
on, yeah, like I'm not no funny. I ain't trying to take nothing away from it. And then him and Drake doing their thing, they buddy. So when he get busy on them joints, it's still a different joint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's not. It ain't what it's all cracked up to be. And I ain't taking nothing away from the kid, but I just don't know if he's really a person that we should really be saying top big three. You know what I mean? And that was my argument from the gate. Like I never agreed with him being in the big three.
So yeah, for those that don't know, me and Wizzy, y'all wouldn't know because me and Wizzy and Dale, we in a chat. We was going nuts. We was going at
Crazy.
each other about this before the apology.
Yeah,
Because
y'all
I was saying we're not going to disparage Cole. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to disparage him, right?
Nah, he dope.
Ron was like, he don't even belong in the big three. But this was before the apology. So I'm like, Juan, don't do that, right? But I'm gonna be honest, Juan, after this apology, ain't no big three, and he ain't in it. Because dog, they calling me a Neanderthal because I won't submit and be like, oh, he just feel bad now. So just move on, guys. Like, hell no. This is hip-hop, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
And they getting on me on Facebook, right? They telling me that this dude is showing growth and maturity. No,
you
dude, it was 2 days ago. You just dropped the whole diss record.
Right.
Dissing this dude's whole catalog. You dissed his whole catalog, bro.
And listen, and I understand, but you know what it is?
Worse if he said something.
Cole got a different type of fan base. Nah, you're not. Cole just got a different type of fan base, and that's what I realized. When I think about his fan base, I think about people like my niece. Like my niece loved J. Cole as a rapper. Right. She like, as she grew up being around exposed to music. Let me just say that. You know what I mean? And not just like I said different shit, but like being exposed to music. And she loved J. Cole. She figured like he a hip hop. When she think of hip hop, like that nigga everything. She gonna spend the 200 $250, whatever it is for the tickets. But
Be honest, J. Cole.
she a different kid though. You know what I mean? She a different kid. She ain't a kid no more.
But she can't possibly understand what's going on with this one.
No, and that's what I'm saying. They different. His feverish fan base is different, and they more like Beyonce fans. They gonna ride and they gonna find fans. And they gonna find music fans. And they gonna look at. They're gonna like. They ain't tripping on no hip hop rules. Absolutely.
Yeah, they don't know what hip hop rules is. That's why. That's why hip hop Gunna's able to move around with immunity and it is a different thing. Not saying it's right or wrong. It's just they don't have the same goal.
Which is why Drizzy can do an album that's probably 75% international world music, and people can't say nothing about because it's like, oh, he's stretching out. You know what I mean? It's like,
right.
I think, we've lost critical analysis and criticism around artists to the whole phrase of hating. You know what I mean? Like, if you have any critical analysis of an artist and their body of work, you hate, and then it's not the case. Like, that's what decides why people buy records or they don't.
Common was the first one to say, I'm not hating, it's just I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it, I don't like it.
Yeah, and you got to be able to add it. That's like, how the fuck you gonna be on all this free speech shit, but then you can't ask free speech about shit you don't like? What the fuck kind of sense that make? You know what I mean?
So you know what's crazy, Wiz? I'm on Twitter, Paul Rosenberg from Hot 97.
And he's from our area, but he from Moco though. So that should tell you something in itself. He from our area.
About us not understanding how big this is of Cole, how mature, and he's applauding it. And I'm like, Rosenberg, you used to be one of the biggest hip hop heads until you said that, because it's not about him not being able to apologize.
Right.
That's not what it is. This is about a battle. You didn't need to apologize. First of all, it's a battle. We get it, bro.
No.
You're making this mad deep, making it mad.
Charles,
First of all, you did a record you ain't had no business doing in the first place because you didn't want to diss him.
Charles, that shit in itself is posing, because what the fuck is he telling us for? Call K-Dot and say that shit.
Yeah.
You got that man number, call him and say that shit.
He probably tried.
Bring him out on, but that's what I'm saying though. Like, you ain't gotta, and if he ain't pick up, I saw a joint talking about K-Dot coming out with something this Friday. I saw a couple of folks talking about K-Dot. We'll see if it's true, but
hope it is true.
Man,
but they gonna
listen.
make Juan, they trying to spin it till he the villain. I was saying that today.
And he should be.
If he attack Cole now, he gonna be the villain.
And you saw what I put. What
you write?
On Twitter, you was like, they gonna make him the immature villain, and I was like, nah, he probably gonna be what the fuck? I can't even remember what I put. It was some wild shit, but he the villain that's needed though. Period. That was the point. Nah, I'm like, he should be the villain. Like, at this point, it's like, man, fuck it.
Man,
you embrace it and like, look, K-Dot he going for supremacy, and you can't fault any MC for going for that.
What did Nas say? Jay knew the rules, so he wanted to be the King, and for that he had to take out Nas. Nas knew the rules. This is what Cole knew the rules until the fans start saying this ain't it. I'm telling you what happened. He went and he dropped that joint. He was on the wall with it anyway, wishy-washy about it. So then he dropped it to push the album, because that's what it's for. It really was to push the album, let's be honest. That joint was to push the album. I might delete later, right? So he put the joint out. I might delete this, I might not. I'm on a bubble. Then the fans start saying, what you mean that this joint is, what you mean Kendrick joint is sleepy and trash? The hell you talking about? Like, it wasn't making no sense to people. So people start questioning it. Then he's like, you know what? I don't like this narrative. It's starting to go against me. And a lot of people saying the beat was mid. Joe Budden screaming his head off. Everybody screaming their head off that is trash, right? Guess what? 2 days later, he had the Dreamville Fest. Gang, I couldn't sleep last night. It was the worst 2 days of my life.
They was clowning him for that shit. That shit was funny. They was clowning his ass for saying that.
This hurts so bad. That's my man's. Everybody put your light up for Kendrick Lamar, the greatest rapper alive. Let's go on to my next track, Love Yourself. And I'm the bad guy. I'm the Neanderthal because I'm like, get the fuck out of here. That's some bullshit. Yeah. This hip hop, bro. You shouldn't have started this. Listen, if this was your boy from Sad Adrift, the memory bliss of you. If this nigga, I'm saying, leave him alone. K.I. Rest, why you throw him off the stage? He a sucker, leave him alone. He not a rapper.
PM Don.
But guess what Cole said? Guess what Cole said, Juan? He said, on the day I was born, the clouds separated, the thunder struck. God was like, this the greatest rapper. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's what he told us. On the day I was born, God struck. Like, I'm like, oh shit. Nigga, I play that Johnny P shit like it's the fucking Bible, bro. He killed that verse. I was like, yo, this nigga right now, he got this.
Nah, right.
He got this.
It made
on the
us
day
believe.
I was born, like I was like, oh, yo, I'm rewinding. I'm like, I'm letting Benny rock. I'm letting Benny go. Like, go ahead, Benny, say your little shit. And then Cole come. Let's like the clouds separate. I was like, yo, this nigga. I'm piecing the words together. Like this motherfucker just laid one of the craziest verses ever. So then guess what? When the real rapper came in the room and said, "Fuck that big three, nigga. It's Big Me, nigga."
Hey, you know what's funny?
What happened though, Dale? Hold up, Dale. What happened? Niggas came in the room like, nigga, looked at these niggas like, fuck this big three shit, nigga.
Come on, man. One
What's up,
verse.
Nigga? Both y'all niggas.
One verse.
Same time, both y'all niggas. What's up? The other one ain't said a word, and this one made a record and took it back in 2 days.
People was really asking for Drake to respond, not even Cole.
Come on, man. Drake still ain't recovered. Drizzy, be real, damn. Drizzy ain't even recovered from motherfucking Pusha.
Yeah, but they wasn't
804-757 stand up.
Asking for J. Cole to respond. It was more so asking for Drake to respond.
Facts.
Come on. Yeah, but
it's some wild comments too. The Real want to know how long they got to engage in the beef. The Real, we're gonna get to you in a minute, bro.
How long they gotta engage in it? Nah.
He said how long they gotta beef before they get our respect. That's not what this about.
It just started.
This
joint 2 days later, the Real.
It just started.
Come on, man.
What is he talking about?
The Real is bugging. On the day I was born, the clouds. Like what? What happened? Don't tell me again. This shit's fire. Then Kendrick came and you want to throw these cheap shots, right? We get it. Ain't nobody listen. Nobody's saying you can't apologize, but we got the right to criticize you for apology. This is hip hop, bro. You don't get no sucker pass. Oh, let's give him a sucker pass.
No. But let's talk about this too, E. This shit unprecedented. Ain't nobody ever fucking apologized.
Never.
Early in no beef like this.
Never. Now what they gonna do? What they gonna say is Jay-Z went to Hot 97, and his mom told him to go to Hot 97 because he went too far with the
for Super Ugly.
They're gonna say that.
Yeah,
but that was like a few years before it started, before the beef even started. That was years down the line.
But that was different, and it ain't fucking matter because Ether did what it did. Super Ugly, even standing in its prominence, don't really measure up. That shit was trash. Jay admitted that was a trash
Super
verse.
Ugly was trash. I was trying to defend that shit.
But but Super Ugly is just like this J. Cole shit. Like father, like son. He trying to walk in Jay's shoes.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes. You know what I mean? Like,
what's that? Like 2 years, nigga? Like
looking for cheap motherfucking thrills. And come on, man.
And you know what's funny? Royce of the 5'9" a few weeks ago said J. Cole's the only one that raps like he wants the top spot. And now look
what happened. What happened when he got it?
Come on, dog.
This dude went on a sabbatical. Guys,
you know,
I'm gonna go ahead and apologize to Kendrick. Kendrick is the greatest in the world. Give it up, Kendrick.
Nah, but you know one thing that Kendrick suffered from, which is funny. He suffered from LeBron syndrome. People don't realize LeBron greatness because we going through it right now. Like people that was going through Jordan greatness, like we were on it because we were young and we saw it. But the people that were older than us was just like, all right, he another one, he good. Let's see what he do when it's all said and done. Like people look at Kendrick the same way sometimes. Like people that are not like just regular hip hop purists and enthusiasts that could just see greatness and be like, yo, Slim special. Like
Right.
I ain't got no dog in the race. Like I come from the KRS tree, Nas tree. Like I feel like those are greats to me.
And they ain't never apologized.
Come on, dog. And then for K Dot to come in from the West Coast, like Slim special. Like if you don't acknowledge that, you tripping. You know what I mean? And this body's of work just to say that he figured out that, oh, I can slow down and do 4 and 12 and still get the same results. I ain't got to put out a whole bunch of shit. You know what I
And
mean? Like you can't take nothing away from that, dog. Like all them joints is.
you know what, too, Juan? I think them dudes got comfortable when this dude only dropped, when he dropped Mr. Morale, right? Because Cole said it. Oh, your last joint was tragic, right?
Come
When
on.
Kendrick dropped Mr. Morale, he left them dudes low-key alone. And the buzz was like, like most of us real dudes, we
Listen,
love Mr. Morale. A lot of dudes are like
that's
kind of like, they
Mr.
just want to hear
Morale.
time.
Mr. Morale is why J. Cole apologized. Let's be clear. He understand.
Elaborate, explain,
that
nigga.
that shit made him go to do some therapy and check himself, figure out where he was at with life. Like Mr.
Yeah,
Morale is a grown up joint. You can clearly see that Kendrick
it's a grown-up
did
joint.
some
But that
therapy
gave a lot of
and
dudes
some
opening to think they could play with him.
nah, but but when you get to a certain point in life and like even though we don't really be in the space where hip hop is dropping knowledge and doing shit that's really related to the soul and like different shit. Like when we were growing up, you might have 5%ers, you might have Ansars, you might have different cultures bringing different wisdom to the game. Kendrick brought a different wisdom to the game in the respect of know thyself. Only way you're gonna get in
Facts.
tune with God is knowing thyself. And if you don't know thyself, you never gonna get in touch. So that's a little deep and we ain't gonna get off up in that.
Do
But
your shit.
I'm just saying, like that joint is a different joint. And niggas that act like that joint mid or some trash, they ain't really in tune with self. So I
But the
can't really
worst,
respect you anyway.
hey Juan, Wizzy, the worst egregious thing was that he tried to say the Pimple Butterfly was mid.
Man, he crazy as fuck. That joint was a motherfucking. That was a Outcast second album going to Aquemini type joint. Like
That was
not
Aquemini.
like that was an Aquemini joint. That was a Midnight Marauder joint. That was
Undeniable
like
classic. 5 mic classic.
that was a
Benzino can't stop that 5 mics.
that was a Balloon Mind State joint. Like you gotta
Facts.
acknowledge that. That step was even if you look at Godson talking about Nas, like Nas' second album, nobody thought he was gonna be able to bounce back and do something that top Illmatic. And it was written bananas. If I Rule the World, but just those albums that made that transition. Goody Mob going to Still Standing the second album.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fucking Niggas for Life. You know what I mean? Come on, bro.
He know he was wrong for saying that, Juan.
Yeah, come on, bro.
His soul, that's why he said my spirit ain't right. Because he started that narrative and they started running with it. All the Cole fans start running with, that Pimple Butterfly was sleepy.
Man, that shit got that nigga to the White House. Fuck is you saying?
He's bugging, bro. But he knew he was bugging. I said it. I said what happened with Cole, his boys wrote that because that's all the stuff they was telling him. Man, you better say this. That. I guarantee you, if you peel back the layers, Cole admitted a lot of that was stuff his boys was saying.
Yeah, because he started reading them texts.
They said it's wartime. What else they tell him?
He started reading them texts and started getting gas and felt like he had to take every cheap shot, which, people gonna feel weird about, but that's also a chink in his armor because lyrically he couldn't do no surgical incisions on the boy. Like, if you sharp, you sharp. It was some room for you just getting that dot on some MC shit. If that's really your bag. And he ain't really going to that bag. So he talking about, oh man, I felt bad about this, that, and the third. But if that's your true DNA, how you run from your DNA? You do what you do. I ain't never seen no wolf that don't hunt. I ain't never seen no lion that don't hunt.
You know what's crazy, Wiz, was bothering me, Wiz, though, the narrative of you can hunt, but then you can fall back and not hunt, and it's okay, right? Where
Yeah.
you can put up all this airs about how good you are, and then when the heat get too hot, now you can fall back, say I'm sorry to the man, and go ahead on and do the rest of your show, and everybody supposed to just move on.
And you know what's
I
crazy
hate that
about that?
narrative.
You know what's crazy about that? And then the people who end up getting hit when they go on a mission to put in some work and end up getting hit in the
Yeah, because they're
process.
not in it right.
Yeah, your
This is
heart
the
ain't in
thing
it.
too.
Just like with
When we
football.
go
Just like
ahead,
with football. They tell you if you ain't going 100 miles an hour for what you're trying to do, don't go at all. Because when you
you're gonna get hurt.
bullshit, you get fucked up and get hurt. Absolutely.
You're gonna get hurt.
Yeah, so come on.
Real, I want to ask you real quick. Is anybody choppy? Are we like stuttering or something? Let me know how the connection is. But listen, I want to talk about the old school. The reason that they're considering us Neanderthals. They want this hip hop to change. Our rules was different. We saw LL, right?
Right.
We saw
Who
LL take on about 5-6 legends.
Yeah.
He
LL,
ain't never apologized to this day.
LL be dissing fucking Ice-T to this day. I know they cool and all because they be doing movies and shit, but LL religiously talk about how he got that motherfucker how he got that Ice-T, Mo D. Oh yeah, y'all see that motherfucking Doom joint in the back. Oh yeah. Shout
What you
out.
say,
But
Wiz?
anyway, I say y'all see
Or the
that
Doom?
Doom photo in the joint. Yeah. The painting. Shout out to, the artist,
You
Diamante.
Juan, you know what the worst part about this shit is though?
What?
If they have it their way, the classic battle will be dead.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
not nobody's trying to kill each other, bro. They're trying to make this D1 dude. And I'm telling you, I'm about to do a video on D1, bro. I'm tired of it. About 2 weeks ago, he said NWA was what did he say? He said he said anybody that raps or listen to gangster rap is toxic, and the problem with rap is that, right? He's like gangster
What?
rap is the problem with hip hop. And everybody that's rapping hardcore rap is messing up hip hop, right? I let that slide. Now here we are with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's online saying, "Oh, y'all want blood? It's a new era in hip hop. You need to get on it or get left behind." He's basically saying the negativity and the the masculinity, the toxicity or however you say it, is
Right.
going to be out of rap, and we're going to see a new rap, and we need to figure out if we're gonna go along with it. But what does that look like? A bunch of dudes with flowers? Like, what are we talking about? Like a bunch of emo rappers
So
with auto-tune? What's going on, bro? That can't hold their own, right?
right.
And Cole ain't no auto-tune rapper. Cole been telling us for 5 years, I belong in that big three. He muscled his way in there. And Kendrick
Right.
never told him not to get in there. He never said, "Dog, what you doing?" And then when Kendrick finally said, "Man, you ain't in this. Back up. It's me and this light-skinned nigga.
Man.
Get out the way." Get out the way because I'm want this light-skinned nigga. Cole puffed his chest out and got in the way.
Yeah, that's
Right?
crazy. Like, and let me say this. Like, I with all due respect, I understand conceptually what D1 speaking on, but
Me too.
this is not the form for it. Like, if we're talking about music, entertainment, furthermore, secular music and entertainment, like, come on, dog. Like, you can't, like, we know what people aspiring towards, but my nigga, I guarantee you ain't even mixing your music in a frequency other than 420 or 400 because you ain't really tuned in. So miss me with that shit. You know what I mean? Like, if you really try to trap in, let me run your shit and see if your frequencies are at a frequency that tuned into a God level. But if you ain't on that, get the fuck out of here. Like
Yeah, but he gonna say he
we
is though,
talking
Wiz.
entertainment.
He
But
gonna
we
say
can do
he
the
is.
knowledge though. We can do the knowledge though. I doubt it. because people going with the presets on everything, dog. Like ain't no funny.
Mm-hmm.
Like when people be trying to get into this science of higher vibrations and frequencies through the music, like
Right.
this ain't the platform for it. Like if you really try and do something, you're gonna build through a different media and work your way into this. But you're not gonna come into talking about no rap beef shit or no competitiveness in it, because at the end of the game, at the end of the day, this is the competitiveness. Like think about hip hop from the root, right? It was used to be a competitive nature, so people wasn't like Bambaataa was using this shit to keep people from busting heads. You know what I mean? So if the
Fighting
breakers was
and
breaking,
killing each
or
other.
if the rappers was rapping against each other, or the DJs was battling against each other, or the graffiti artists or the writers or the was going against each other, it was that, and it was kept into those respective spaces. Like it was a transition from beef and bullshit to something that was competitive and fun. You know what I mean? So you can't act like it's foreign or it's wild for people to be on what they be on when it comes to this rap shit.
Right.
It's how it was built. And if you want to be on some other shit, then be on some other shit and bring that to the game. Like don't try to mix the pot or try to take away from people's competitive nature and say that people being negative or toxic
Right.
or breeding toxicity because they want to see the competitive nature. What the fuck do people go to basketball games for, football games for? The
Exactly.
competitive spirit. Hip
Yeah.
hop is no different. Come on, dog. And that's why I
Right.
say the
We
shit was good for the game out the gate.
facts.
But your man
I
fumbled the
mean,
bag.
you're right. You're right on all that. And I'm gonna be honest. I know what D1 is trying to say. I know what he's trying to get at. He's trying to make it vibrate a different way. And he's trying to say, okay, guys, we going a little too much to the left. I understand that. But he's trying to change the whole thing and shut it all down like it's all bad.
Yeah, nah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like he on some other shit. Like he ain't in the right place. Because if you were really approaching it from a certain dynamic, you would utilize the momentum of what's going on and try to figure out how do I sway shit to a more positive place. Like you can't attack people and think that you're gonna get the best out of everybody. Like
Yeah.
he ain't
And
even coming
you're
in on the
attacking
right
people.
page. Yeah, man, that's some bull. That's why I say it's some bullshit. But anyway, we ain't gonna get lost in the weeds about that shit. Fuck him. Fuck that other shit. You know what I mean? That ain't really about nothing. You know what I mean?
I
And
mean, we do have a responsibility. Our words matter.
no
At the
disrespect in
same
terms of
time,
fucking.
though, we're not gonna we're not gonna act like we're doing something like me and Dale got this song devil music. We're not making devil music. But according to certain people's parameters, that's exactly what it is. And they're not bending on, they're not budging on it. Secular music is secular music. So
Yeah,
if you're anything other than doing Christian rap, and I don't even think rap and Christianity go together, but that's a whole different thing.
right.
If you're not
But
doing Christian rap, you shouldn't even be telling me about secular music is this and that and the third, unless you're dedicating everything you're saying to God. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
we 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 can still be real, because a lot of that, and then we're not gonna get too deep into that, but a lot of that is not real either. When someone is overly, oh, I'm on a righteous path, da da da. Like we see that same person in Brooklyn with a bunch of chains on, you know what I'm saying, robbing his own
Right.
church. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But
So
even
Hmm.
the righteous MCs battle, KRS-One, Common, all them battle.
Nah, think about KRS and X Clan getting into their whole fucking beef.
Right.
They was the righteous of the
Even the
righteous.
righteous rappers battle.
But it was but certain things are music, and they had to come to an understanding before that shit got out of hand. You know what I
right,
mean? So they had to go to the Bronx, meet with, Africa Bam had to poly the situation.
facts,
X Clan ain't believe it was real. They still came to the Bronx with tooled up and everything. You know what I mean? But
facts.
they found the understanding and they worked the shit out. But I'm just saying, it's always been a part of the game. You can't exclude it from the situation because that's what it was built on. It ain't like none of them niggas was talking about going to somebody block and spending a block and trying to do X, Y, and Z. It wasn't, you know what I mean? It ain't that. It's just rap shit. So let it go. You know what I mean? See where it go. And at the end of the day, the best gonna be the best. Whoever
And
take the L, take
even
the
on that
L.
level, Wiz, even on that level, we're gonna go even deeper. Dead prayers was what? They was about protection,
Mm-hmm.
right? Them dudes was on some righteous, but they was not gonna let you play with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
They was
Absolutely.
armed.
Yeah, man,
They was
come on.
trained.
Yeah,
They
like
wasn't walking around with no flowers talking about this is the daisy age, salute the daylight, right?
and stick my people to this day. Absolutely, like real loud.
And
Like I
they
mean,
gonna split your head open. So we're not gonna act like this world is a kumbaya and we all supposed to be all nice and sweet because the world ain't like that.
mm-mm,
And let me know when
not
it
at
get
all.
like that because I want to live there, but it ain't like that right now.
Yeah,
And to get back to the battle, it was competition. It really ain't really. Let's be honest. Who died from battle rap? Let's be honest. No one. You
not.
can't even say Biggie and Pac died from battle rap. They died on
Oh,
street stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, that
and
Tupac
but
was
you
totally
but you
different.
know what
That was
though?
different from that.
Okay. So let me pivot slightly in terms of these youngins and what's going on. And
The
I'm like,
real
they
rap.
gotta understand this rap, and they gotta understand this is rap shit. But for these youngins, I gotta admit, the rap beef for the youngins, like in the city,
Oh, it's dead. It's real.
n-
They dying from
they
rap
need
beef.
like they like, and it's crazy to say that DC even got drill. They don't even call it drill. It's free car music. You know what I mean? In DC, like the free car shit, like these youngins a different breed, and like,
Well, let's be
you know what I
honest,
mean?
let's be
Yeah,
honest though.
but outside of that
Go ahead.
though, getting back to what you're saying, outside of that though, ain't nobody. This ain't that. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. This ain't
No, I
that.
want
Like
to
I
touch on that.
know.
What you say about the youngins? They
Yeah.
not even be. They're using rap as a tool of the street beef. It ain't cause of the rap. The beef is already there. They're
No.
using the
Yeah.
rap
Word.
in to
Yeah.
escalate the beef. Rap, they ain't beefing because of
Yeah.
rap.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
already
No. No.
beefing
No.
because street shit already.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. Respect, but sometimes.
Yeah. I get it. They
Yeah.
go hand in hand. But let's just be clear. It ain't
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we rap beefing. That's why we got killed. It's
No. No.
because
No.
this
No.
dude
No.
went on somebody's grave and did
Yeah.
something and they retaliated.
It's just that the rap shit here,
It make
people
it worse.
just it just make it worse because people talk about who got slid on, how people got X, Y, and Z. But we ain't gonna get lost in the weeds with that once
But
again. But
imagine though, this J. Cole and Kendrick, ain't nobody getting slid.
absolutely, this ain't this. That's what I'm saying. This ain't that. And I'm like, for these youngers to keep trying to act like it's that. So like, oh, this ain't gonna set no precedence for these youngers in the hood who still sliding.
No, it ain't.
You know what I mean? So get off that. That's all I'm saying. They keep talking like, oh y'all hating because y'all don't want to see progression and unity. This, that, and the
Progress.
third. It's like these niggas got too much money to even get into any wild weird shit. Like ain't nobody tripping off that, and it ain't going to influence motherfuckers that it don't already influence.
Facts. And I don't think these two dudes is worrying about nothing happening to him anyway. Cole go
Yeah,
everywhere he want to go on his little bike. He doing whatever,
absolutely,
right? Cole ain't tripping off none of this, bro. And Kendrick ain't
absolutely.
tripping. So nobody's going to get hurt over this. Only
Nobody.
somebody pride and their ego.
That's what I'm saying. So I'm like, if that's the case, you know, let that shit go. That's why I'm like, when people keep trying to spin that narrative, like, oh y'all just want to see ignorant shit. Y'all just want to see people crash out, this, that, and the third. It's like, nah, we just want to see the competitive spirit of hip hop and rap that's always existed since we've been knowing that shit was a fucking thing. You know what I mean?
We want to
We,
see what Cole promised us.
yeah, he
If
talked that
any
shit.
rapper step up, what he was going to do? Rip their arms off and shit
Yeah,
on their neck. All the stuff he said he's going to do.
he talked that shit. I'm trying to see it. You know what I mean? I
Right?
thought it was
That's what
gonna
they
be.
keep forgetting. They keep forgetting what Cole promised us.
Yeah.
At some point, the big three, remember it was big two, it was Nas and Jay. Sooner or later, it had to happen.
Right,
Right?
absolutely. And what the boy do? Eat the shit.
Yeah, well, let's
I
not go too crazy.
yeah.
Now,
I don't
Ether,
I don't
let's not get too crazy up in here. Now, we all know that Ether did what it did, But Ether was a Hail Mary that had to get cooked or he was out of
Listen,
here. Let's not
listen.
go crazy, Wizard. We're
I
not gonna
know,
do that.
but Ether was the most unorthodox response. You know how many niggas passed on that beat?
I
Didn't
don't
even.
blame him. I do not like that beat to this day,
But
bro.
but
Yeah,
the
he
fact
lost
that
on the
he,
beat.
but the fact that he did what he
But it was the
did
right
on it.
beat for
Come
that. It
on,
was the right beat for that.
what he did on it,
Yeah.
nobody else could have did like that. Come on, bro.
Yeah, that beat was not for nobody but Nas,
Come
bro.
on, yo. Like, come on.
Now, that
It
was a real
lives.
rap beef that started with jabs, jab, jab, jab. And then guess what though? Jay thought he thought he had Nas. Remember Nas' mom had passed, hadn't heard
Hmm.
from Nas in a minute. That's just like
Yeah,
right now with Kendrick. Kendrick got Mr. Morale. He was a ghost. They thought they hadn't heard from him. They
absolutely.
like, man, this dude washed up. We ain't even got to worry about him retaliating. They all holding hands, doing first person shooter, talking about
Dropping
they doing
both of them
videos in
dropping
Mulan, like whatever
subs.
they just doing their thing, right? That video cost like $1 million. Go watch first person shooter video.
Hmm.
I guarantee that
Nah,
don't cost about $500,000 or more.
absolutely,
That's
Yeah,
how
that's a good
it
absolutely.
video.
gotta be $1 million
I actually
video.
like the song. I actually like the song.
Man, a
No,
lot
I
of people
like
like the
it
song.
too. I like
There's
it
nothing wrong with the
too.
song. But we
But
believe the song. That's the problem. We believe he was gonna shoot. Both of them was gonna shoot. But you know what it is? That's when dudes is too comfortable and nobody can touch him. Closest thing to
nah,
Drake was Future,
yeah.
right? Closest thing. He ain't got no bars for no Drake.
Drake in a conundrum right now because he don't know what motherfucking loose information flow. He like, man, if Pusha, little old Pusha from 757 could get any
That's
and
the
all the
boogeyman.
dirt about him, the motherfucking dunish him, what the fuck you think K Dot gonna do?
Yeah, because K Dot don't care.
Man, what? And K Dot ain't Kanye. He ain't, no disrespect because I love Pusha. He ain't Pusha. He ain't Meek Mill. He a different animal, bro.
Different.
He a
And you
different
know the difference
animal.
between Pusha and K Dot Wiz? Pusha has some decorum, right? Pusha gonna he a statesman, bro. He's
Yeah,
gonna have some decorum. He's gonna be like, you are hiding a child. Da da da. He's gonna keep it to a degree.
I don't know
Kenny gonna be like, nigga, fuck this nigga. Da, da, da. He gonna
nah,
be like, great. It's
I, I
gonna
don't
be.
know.
He gonna be
I
all
don't
in
know,
your ass.
Charles. I don't know, Charles. The tick 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 was a
No, that's a nasty line, right?
yeah.
Listen,
Hey,
it's
hey,
disrespectful,
hey,
but it still
hey.
show a level of decorum.
Nah,
When this
nah, I
dude
feel
go
you though.
wild, when Kendrick go
No, no,
wild, you
no.
don't know what this dude gonna say, bro.
Yeah, nah,
And
respect.
it's gonna be ugly. It's
Yeah,
gonna be nasty, and it's gonna be witty. It's gonna have
yeah.
3 different meanings every line.
Man, that shit gonna live on, and that's what I know. None of them niggas really want. That's
They
why
really
Drake.
don't. I wouldn't want it if I mean I'm an MC. I'm a good shit, nigga. Let's go, nigga. I'm spit my whole joint. I ain't apologize. I'm going at you, nigga. What's up, nigga? I'm dissing everybody. Everybody gonna catch me.
Yeah,
Boom, boom, boom,
yeah.
boom, boom. Like I'm going. But that's
Got
me.
to go. Yeah.
I'm not apologizing.
I
I'm not
think
writing
Drake
nothing.
gets too much credit for beating Meek. The Meek ain't really no level MC like that. He gets too much
Nah,
credit for that.
But no,
nah.
Dale. Nobody thought he was going. Nobody thought he was even going to respond. That's why.
Meek
Yeah, well,
was
I
a
think he
victim
gets
of the
too much credit for
situation,
Meek.
though. Nah, Dale,
They'll
but the other
rewind.
side,
They'll hold up. At the time, Meek
was on tour
one
with
of the top
Nicki.
dudes at the time.
And Meek was on tour with Nicki at the time. He was running around on tour. He trying to get a bag. It ain't like he was at the crib and heard these joints with his nigga did the back to back and had time to really sit there in the lab and cook up
Yeah,
a super dope missile that was gonna hit this nigga.
he
He
caught up
didn't.
with one. He would. It would have been. It just was. Back to back was just too much, bro.
Nah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
Them joints
He
was the
would have
dopest.
really.
Them
And
joints
he
was
too sensitive.
stellar.
Too sensitive. So he was
Nah.
taking
And
everything
what
to
was the
center.
joint from and the joint before back to back? The other joint, both of them joints was dope. Like he had a strategic approach and Drake was in his bag with them joints. That's what made
Right.
people believe. But then when he couldn't do shit with motherfucking Pusha, and then he kept
But
on
that's what I'm saying. Meek ain't no lyricist like that.
no.
He ain't
And hold up. And then real quick there, how about the fact that Kanye the early leak version of fucking the Donda joint with 3,000 on it. Ye was dissing the shit out of fucking uh
Drake.
Drake. And Drake
Oh, I
really
ain't heard that joint.
ain't really come back. I'll send it to you as soon as we get off. But he ain't really come back from that joint. He just kept taking little subs here and there. So I'm like, man, you ain't even address Ye. Like I'm like, he just spotty. He just spotty. I'm like, you ain't
But you
really
know
got
what?
that MC
Ye
bone
after
in you.
Pusha?
Huh?
Was it Ye after Pusha?
Ye did that Donda joint with 3,000 on
That
it.
was after
Leak.
Pusha though.
Yeah, that was after Pusha.
You
But
know Pusha broke him.
and that was after they did that show.
Pusha broke him though, Juan, because when he did
Yeah.
Duppy,
No.
he
Yeah,
did
yeah, yeah,
Duppy
yeah, yeah, yeah,
freestyle, right? He
yeah,
did Duppy
absolutely.
freestyle. Duppy freestyle would have done anybody, right?
No. I got you. Respect. I'm saying, yeah, absolutely. I'm just saying after that joint dropped, that's when Drake started to drop them little subs towards Ye again. Like he had fell back from doing them.
Right.
Like he got some joints like, and I can we can that's a whole nother joint. But he got joints where he doing subs, and I'm like, dog, if you felt some kind of way about what that man said, at this point, just go ahead and do it. Stop doing the funny shit. That's all.
Yeah.
Like you can't do
They
the funny
funny
shit
style.
forever.
They
Like
legit,
it get
bro.
corny after a while.
When Button threw 4 joints at him and he only threw a line at him, I was like, this dude ain't battling nobody no more. And he haven't.
Mm-mm. Yeah,
He
and I'm
haven't.
like, and I don't feel like and what's the alternative? People gonna say, oh well, it's the catalog, or he feel like he's selling, or he doing numbers. That's how he get them back. But that ain't hip hop, dog. You
That's
know
what
Yeah,
what I
they
that's
do.
mean?
what people gonna yell. That's what they gonna yell. Oh, he got numbers. He
But
famous.
it ain't hip hop. That's why I mentioned it. I was purposeful in mentioning it because that ain't the game. Like regardless of what people say, it's not the game.
What
Like
Prodigy
what people
say?
I remember
Fuck what
for,
you sold. That shit is trash.
yeah, I used it
Prodigy
for a
said it
hook. You
best.
already know. I snatched that for a hook, my G. But no, absolutely. Like nobody is remembered for numbers in hip hop. You know what I mean? As much as Michael Jackson sold, we don't revere, like when you talk about the culture, we don't revere Michael Jackson because of the number of albums he sold. We revere Michael Jackson because of the songs that resonate.
Yeah,
Drake got some songs that
quality.
resonate. Drake got some songs that resonate, but they don't resonate at that rate. You know what I mean? And for a certain generation, maybe. You know what I mean? All respect due, because it's all about what come out and what's popping when you're going through certain shit in life. But ultimately, that's not gonna herald Drizzy in the hip hop annals. You know what I mean?
Right.
Drizzy, whereas my fault, excuse me. Whereas K Dot got albums and moments throughout them albums that are going to herald him in the annals of the hip hop history as it goes on forever
Yeah,
and ever.
Drake
You know what
got
I mean?
that ghostwriting shit hanging over his head.
He got a lot of stuff. I mean, jumping on different waves here and there, yada 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 yada. Like it's different. It's just different, which is why Dot made the whole reference to Michael Jackson and Prince, because it's dope as Michael Jackson was, right? Like people talk about Michael Jackson not playing on instruments, where people don't realize Michael Jackson cultivated certain sounds in his music, right?
Yeah.
Like you wonder why people can't play that fucking Thriller bass line properly. It's because that sound was a created sound that Michael Jackson was instrumental in developing. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Oh
That
yeah, you
bass
see
ain't
that
no regular
documentary
joint.
on Thriller. He
Nah,
he liked to
word is
like drum
born.
a lot of his music. Like I wanted to go,
Yeah,
you
yeah, yeah, yeah,
know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
No,
Yeah,
but not
that
only
type of
that
shit.
though, he spent time with the engineers using different devices to cultivate sounds and then use those sounds in unison with other shit to make what we became accustomed to hearing. Like, oh, this shit feel good to us. This the fucking bass line. But you can't play no regular bass and get that same exact sound. But I don't want to get lost with that though. But even though Michael Jackson has stellar qualities when it comes to producing his music and doing music, it's different from Prince. who is skilled in playing all of his own shit. Like when
And
you think
writing all
about
this shit.
Prince playing every instrument, doing
Mm-hmm.
everything, writing everything, and then may incorporate a band to play it later, but played everything himself, which is what K Dot is talking about. Like he different, like he different from Drake, who might make a hit, make certain songs here and there that resonate with folks, but K Dot create a whole different thing when he step into the studio, which I don't think Drake make that magic. So anyway, they just different artists. So when you talk about this beef shit, if Drake really, really, really wanted to jump in, he would have jumped in. And like with the time passing, I don't even think he is going to.
You know what Drake
Honestly.
got to do, Wiz? I was thinking the only way Drake could win this is if he come with like a 20-minute like bars for like 10 minutes straight, like just nonstop, just like eating everything, just hitting all kind of targets, just going at this dude
Yeah,
for like 5-9 minutes, like just you know what I'm saying, like
yeah,
Jake did last year when he did that joint on Cali. He got to
yeah,
come with something that's so much. It got so because one verse not gonna do it.
yeah.
One verse is not going to do this.
He gotta
He's
do
not
like
going to
Game
have enough
did.
to say on that one verse. It got to be some long, drawn out, where you got to hear it 5 times to even get the gist of it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Do you think he's gonna
And
come
not
back with
only that,
something?
no, but not
Huh?
only that, Dale, real
Do
quick
you think he's
though,
gonna come back with something?
Uh, he might.
If you had to guess,
I think he's going to say something.
nah, but to your point, if he do, he has to make a joint that not only is outside like absurdly gargantuous, he has to make something that uh, he can't just address Kendrick. He gotta address everybody in the game to let people know like he ain't to be fucked with.
You mean like when Jay did take over and he hit all them other people at the same time?
Right. Which is why when we were talking about that, I was like, Jigga was going to other people, either just him, you know what I mean, where Nas kind of went through. But
feel
yeah,
like he
it's
was
gotta be
mostly going
something.
at Prodigy.
Nah, but it was probably that's not the
No. He
but
went at more people, and then
yeah,
at the end he hit a lot. You got to remember
he
at the time,
he
Wiz,
dropped the
at
50
that
joint.
time,
He dropped the
everybody in New York was going at Jay.
yeah, he dropped some shit about Fifth in that joint. He dropped some shit about E Money Bags. He dropped a lot of different joints in that Ether joint. I mean in that takeover joint. Which is why I was like, when we were in the group chat talking about it, I was like, you know, comparing it to Ether and whatever. But my whole point though, like if Drake do a joint right now, he got to do a joint that kind of touch everybody and make people realize like he not to be F with. Like he has to make a major, major statement. And I don't know if he got it in him,
He
especially with
don't
his
because he
compadre
did that
copping a
already.
plea right now. His
Yeah.
compadre just copped a plea. You think
Did you
him
hear
and
what I
Jake
can?
what?
He said he sent the video of Drake of Cole apologizing to Drake, and he asked him. He said, "Please don't do that." He said, "What's wrong with you? I would never do nothing like that." He's like, "I'm ashamed. I'm embarrassed that you even asked me some shit like that." Academic. I don't think academics supposed to say that, but he
uh,
basically was like, "Man, I would never play myself like that."
mm, mm, mm.
And it's crazy. It look crazy, bro. Can I
Yeah,
tell you something? I guarantee you, Drake don't respect it.
yeah.
And I would
I
go
don't.
so far as to say you might catch a Drake sneak diss, right? It
Yeah.
might be a Drake line in about 4 months.
Listen,
It might be a
nah.
Drake slick line about Cole apologizing, bro.
I don't
Drake,
think it's gonna
Drake
be that
is
long.
Drake is petty, bro.
I don't think it's gonna be that long. I'm telling you, young, like Kendrick did the ultimate divide and conquer. He done
Yeah,
broke that little. He like y'all clicking up. You done broke
yeah.
their ass up one
You're right.
time.
You're right.
Like, cause there's
I
no
think you're right.
way.
I
It,
think this gotta hurt. This gotta hurt Drizzy relationship. Oh, you know what, Juan? You might have tapped in because Drizzy gotta say something now. He low
hey,
key gotta get that Cole now.
listen.
He have to. He ain't gotta diss him, but
But
he gotta be like, niggas I thought was my man, da da da. You know what I'm saying? He gotta say
yeah,
something like, he
you
gotta
know he
say
going
something
to.
like, yo, this dude like low key folded up. Niggas
Yeah,
is folding
cause
kids. Something like he gotta say something, bro.
listen, listen, go back and listen to first person shooter. All that buddy, we looking at me, you looking at me, Spider Man. All
Yeah.
right, yeah,
Everybody was
buddy,
cool.
Ken. Nah, like it's a wild joint. Like,
That's like
oh
Nicki
man,
Minaj was cool with what's her name? Ice Spice. All of a sudden, Ice Spice did something with Cardi,
listen,
right? Now
hmm
it's war.
listen. And man, speaking of that, man, I love that new Cardi joint. Enough, Lord have mercy,
Yeah.
that joint. That joint tough. That should be coming on XM on the regular. But anyway, that joint dope. But she said that in that though.
Cardi ain't even
Ops,
back down from her
ops,
beef.
ops linking up. I'm like, what in the you know what I mean? Like it's the same concept, the same theory for, ops linking up. Like, nah, like ain't nobody with that right now. It's like if you stand close to them, you're gonna catch collateral damage. Like it ain't no way around it. You
Damn,
know what I mean?
Ron P said Drake best bet is to go at Cole since he taking it on the chin.
Man. But and that would lend credence to the diabolical villain K Dot sitting back
Read
laughing
that comment right there.
maniacally.
He said, so who do you guys have in your top three since Cole isn't there?
Man, I ain't even in no top three right now. I ain't gonna hold you. It's top one. I feel like K Dot top one.
Yeah.
He already said it. Like I don't hold.
I'm not even a fan of Drake music, so I
Oh
wouldn't even put
nah,
him in my top
I
three.
respect Drizzy. That that
I
that
respect
that
Drake.
that second joint he did with the bonus shit, he had to come
Yeah.
back with the bonus joint with the For My All My Dogs with the red pill and all them joints. Them joints fire.
They fire,
But
but I'm tired of him
he
having to
had
do
to.
stuff on the side.
Yeah,
Do some
no,
hip hop, man.
nah. They should have been worked into the original body of work. Like trim the fat,
Yeah.
put the raw. Like that's what I be hoping for. Like people
But he
be.
got a formula, Wiz. He got to do certain joints a certain way. He can't risk that number one, Wiz. He can't risk it
Yeah.
at all.
Nah, but if you got heat miser, you got heat miser. It ain't no way around it. Like if you feel like you that dude, like one thing for sure, two things for certain. You feel like Jay compromised. Jay do shit to this day and he don't really compromise. He gonna make something
Yeah.
that shake. He gonna do something for the people getting
For the
money.
culture. Yeah.
He gonna do something for the culture. You know what I mean? He gonna spread it around like Jay got enough. You know what I mean? That's one
I
thing
really
you
think
you
that he
gotta
too
respect.
scared, Wizzy. I think because he said he wrote them 6 joints after everybody said it wasn't enough rapping on it. Then he did them
Yeah,
6 joints and invited Cole to get on
no,
the joint.
I feel you, but I'm like,
He
if
too scared. He need that number one too bad, Wiz.
you
He
had
need
it
it.
in you, you had it in you though. It
Yeah,
ain't,
but the people had to bring it out.
I know, which is what K Dot is doing right now. So we gotta respect the game and let Dot do what he do. If Drizzy that dude is gonna bring it out,
What
we
if
gonna
Drake cooking
see.
right now?
Man, if he cooking right now and he come out with a joint, man, ain't nobody gonna deny it. People gonna love it. Just like I thought, I didn't think he was gonna cook Meek the way he did. When he came out with back to back, I was like, oh, this
Yeah,
boy, wow. You know what I mean?
yeah. He went dumb. He went
Salute,
dumb.
salute.
He went dumb.
I ain't knock nothing. Salute. I thought it was gonna be a better joust with Pusha. Even though Pusha went dumb, I was like, oh, Drizzy going based on the Meek joint. I was like, oh, he gonna come back and do something.
What's
And
your boy from Mob Ties though? What's his name,
oh,
Dale? I
Who
can't
you talking
remember.
about? Rap a lot, dude.
Yeah, rap a lot.
yeah,
He told him not. He told him not to do it.
Jay
It was going to
Prince.
end Pusha
Yeah,
career.
King Prince. Yeah,
Jay Prince and
Jay
company,
Prince.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Jay Prince said it's going to end Pusha career. He can't. You can't. It's going to get out of pocket. It's too vicious.
listen,
It's too vicious, Wiz.
I think
It was
that was
too
some BS.
vicious.
it's too vicious, but ain't you notice how now ain't nobody saying nothing because can't nobody say nothing because they hands tied with some real life ish.
Yeah.
So
And you know what it is too, Wiz? That one more thing, you can play with Meek over there on the West. They love Kendrick.
yeah, like
They love him.
you say what you want. Like it's some people that might feel this way, that way, but when you look at the bigger picture, K Dot, Top Dog, and the further affiliation, like it's a different thing, bro. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I know some people want to party, some people want certain things, but when you talk to people that respect the art, respect the culture, you know what I mean, people that like good music, just period. Like you can't get caught up in this bubble of the microwave shit like that. Like you get caught up in the fugazi, you gonna be food. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you know,
So Wiz,
people, yeah.
we got a bunch of people watching, right?
Hmm.
What is what are we talking about when we say the culture of battle rap or rap battle? We're not even talking about battle rap. We're talking about rap battles, which is two different things. Battle rap is two dudes standing in a
Yeah, yeah,
square,
yeah, yeah. Nah, right.
memorizing verses. Rap battle is two dudes that got a problem, or it's a
It's
commercially created thing like Roxanne or something
nah,
for the
but it's
culture, but it's still part of the culture.
okay. So
Why
some
why are we changing the narrative on rap battles, and what was it before this point in time, and what did Cole do to destroy the shit? In my opinion, in your opinion,
so if we take the pure basis of it, right? If you go back to the commercial shit, the Roxanne, UTFO, Roxanne Shante, the real Roxanne, that was a battle that was quote unquote fabricated for a commercial joint that really didn't have no real dog in the fight. It was just something that was cute. It just showed the witty banter. It was meant to emulate what was going on in the streets, and what better way to show it than through a male female entity. As shit transition, or as the culture transition, you think about artists moving to a point where people were taking a Busy Bee battle and a Cool Mo D battle, and then Cool Mo D winning that belt, and then going to somebody like LL, which he felt like it was a new jack, right? Just peep game. Busy Bee to Mo D. Mo D was the new jack. He won. LL was the new jack. He beat Mo D. During around the same time, Ice T was coming in from the West Coast. They battled. LL surpassed that. During that same time, KRS and Shan and the Bridge and the Juice Crew was going through it. KRS took on the crew, beat them. Like the battles continued to evolve, but they were always emulating what was going on the street level in the
right?
park jams. Because in the park jams, it was about who was
Who was the
doper,
best?
who was the best. People would come from different hoods. Like you think about somebody like Biz Markie, why he was so heralded and loved and respected because he could hood hop and go through different hoods and beatbox for people and be in different park jams and ciphers and watch different people battle. And it was just a thing of people battling. But then as you spin it forward a little bit, you know, people talk about the infamous battles at different labels when different managers and people from the street had an MC and somebody else had an MC and they're like, I got 5K on this one. Somebody else like, I got 10K on this one. And they bring them in and they battle. And people just dropping bread, just like they rolling dice. They betting on the battle. And then ain't no beef. And we talking about people that's made, people that's from the street, people that got money, people that's really getting it. You know what I mean? And they
Mm-hmm.
just betting on MCs who nice with bars. And it ain't no, and people trying to tear people head off because they know what's at stake, but it ain't no beef where people gonna die at the end of it. So I say all that to say it's always been a friendly, competitive nature of getting to it. So as it evolves, where we at right now in the game, for K Dot to feel like he wanna challenge anybody that say they the best or people that say they the best or people that he's getting compared to is natural because he like, nah, this game built on us being the best.
Right.
Somebody being the best. Like everything that he may study from the culture and from the history of the game, from MCing and the battle culture as it related to records and battling on record versus battling MC in the party, and sometimes MC in the party or the dance or in the record label or in the block or wherever may hold weight, but it's just different. There's so many layers to the shit, but I don't think you can discredit how impactful it is for MCs to want to be the best and want to,
You're supposed to want to be the best.
yeah, and want to challenge anyone that feels like they close to it. Like if there's if people keeps telling you, come on, E, like as an artist, if people keep telling you this dude over here down the street from you, think about Southern Ave, somebody on the other side on 23rd, and you on the other side, they keep telling you he the best MC in the city, period. And you feel like you that dude. You're like, well, let's see what's up.
Well, I walked the Bebo house to battle Bebo up in Carriage Hill. I walked up there to battle his little ass.
Exactly. So you understand.
You know what they not
right?
talking about, Wiz, though?
What?
Why another reason he didn't want to do it? The friendship.
Right.
He values that friendship with Kendrick.
But listen.
And he should have thought about that before, but he really don't want to lose him as a friend. So he's saying that he throwing friendly bars, but some of that stuff wasn't friendly to me.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know why somebody like Kendrick take offense to it, and why all these happy-go-lucky people talking about, oh, he big or making up. This how people get backdoored. You linking with my ops is how I get backdoored.
Facts.
So how I'm supposed to take it?
Yeah.
If you my friend.
And look what happened with Pusha. Pusha
Me.
got the information over the baby from somebody in your crew.
Come on, man. Right.
Talking to somebody else
Pillow
that's
talking.
not in the crew.
Pillow
that's how
talking.
he got the information on the baby. You are hiding a child. That's how it happened.
Right. and to this day, I still see 40 on the credits, 40 into everything.
Yeah,
he kissing makeup with him.
Yeah.
You kissing makeup with your man, but you know, you feel like you still gotta keep shooting subs. And that's the thing about it. K-Dot, let's be clear about shit. K-Dot wouldn't be compelled to do what he did if Drizzy wasn't still taking pop shots at him. And like, yeah, people still make friendly joints here and there, but it came to a head.
Yeah.
K-Dot like, all right, well, fuck it, man. Let's get to it. He's saying in the joint. Let's get to it, bro.
And
let's
Cole
get to
sat
it.
there and told you his text messages was going crazy. So you gotta think, if they texting about that, they've been texting about this for years. About Kendrick this, Kendrick that.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they already in their group chat going at, oh, you heard what Kendrick said, da 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 da.
You can go back to the BET cipher. You can go back to the BET cipher. A sensitive rapper. Ha ha. So, like, come on, man. He went in on them niggas, man. Jokes on me. Come on, bro. You can go back to that fucking man. Listen. Anyway.
The comments. I'm gonna read this comment. Chase said, I saw a conspiracy theory that let me put it back up.
Oh yeah, what was that? I just saw
it. Said I saw a conspiracy theory saying that Kendrick and J. Cole are actually teaming up to take down Drake by apologizing and forcing Drake to make a move. That is way too orchestrated. I don't think Kendrick is even gonna play no games like that. I definitely go 100% that is not true, because that would mean Kendrick would have to sit back and act like a little like, oh, I don't know what's going on. He don't strike me as that kind of dude.
Listen,
so no, I do not believe that at all.
I hope the rumblings are true, and this Friday we will see, because if it is, and Dot go in, is you know. But, you know, everything calculated. We'll see, though. I think
you heard what Cole said, though. He can take it on the chin.
Yeah. He's looking for it. He's looking for it. But and that's the bullshit politics that I don't like, because I feel like Cole is still looking to capitalize off of the momentum of the beef for the next album.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like
I don't know.
it's a weird joint that he doing this tour right now, and the album that he says coming out is not even out. Like, we ain't even gonna get into that. Like,
The
the
fall
way
off.
like these dudes move weird. Like, who does a tour before the album that you've been talking about forever and a day?
Yeah.
Like, and you was linking with your man probably to get some momentum, which is the whole Drizzy joint. Like, what you mad because K Dot wasn't on tour and he ain't bring you on, so you like, I'm gonna go f with him because he doing something and he like, come on with me. Like, they just be moving wild. That's what I'm like, bro. People
I
talk
didn't
crazy. I'm like,
understand it. Juan, it was one of the strangest connections I've ever seen. Drake and Cole. I've been trying to figure that out for a while. I was like, maybe Cole just using it for what it is because he's getting to be with the biggest rapper in the world.
nah,
His name getting up there
man,
where he
listen,
wanted to be. You know what I'm saying?
light skin love, no disrespect. It's just light skin love, my G.
Like I'm like
Gotta get
I
him
know
there.
what Drake getting out of this, right?
Nah,
He getting
but
first of all, you keep your enemies close, and he getting that backpack crowd that he loves so much from
but
Cole. You know what I'm saying?
real live. Look at this though. How you put somebody on tour with you who don't even who? What was the last album? What was the last Cole album? You tell me that should propagate a tour
It ain't one.
for him to be on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The tag along.
When that
Like
off
most of the
season come out? When that off season come out?
No. KOD
hang
wasn't KOD the
No,
last one.
off season was his last album.
Okay, that still was a couple
hang
years ago.
hang it up, Dale. Ain't none of that ish about nothing, bro.
No,
Like
I'm
Never be
asking
on
no
when did it come
tour.
no,
out? I'm asking
but
when did it come
nah.
out? I know it
You
wasn't
tell
recent.
me. You tell me. Ask Siri. I don't know, but it ain't close enough that he should be doing a tour with this dude who just dropped the album. Like Drake just dropped For All
2021.
My Dogs. Most people,
2021? Okay.
right, and most people that are doing tours like this of that magnitude usually grab young, fresher artists that are bubbling who got new projects coming out, or another A-alike who got a project who is that's coming out or just came out.
That's
Like, what are
facts.
you performing? Like, come on, bro. Like, that's like, come on,
That's
bro.
facts, Wiz. At this point, it's
Unless you're doing
only
the hip hop old school 50th hip hop tour joint.
it only looked like you did it to get at Kendrick, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a wild look.
Because any other situation don't make no sense.
Just like they dropped the promo today for Buster. Everybody was tripping off of Buster pulling back off his tour. Why? Because he just linked the joint. You seen today, he got the joint with Missy and Sierra. They did the crazy big rollout with the spaceship and all that. Y'all ain't see that?
No.
I heard
Like
about it.
Buster, like
I ain't
Buster,
seen no
Buster
rollout.
get ready to do a tour. Yeah, no, that I seen the promo today. Buster got a joint with Missy and Sierra. They got the little like it's gonna be a joint, but it's crazy because people was just clowning Buster for pulling back and canceling his tour
Yeah, he canceled
because it
his
wasn't
blockbuster tour.
because it wasn't the numbers, the math wasn't mathing, and it ain't
Yeah,
no disrespect, but you know what I mean.
But you
But
know that was because that album wasn't what it needed to be.
no. Listen, bro, I'm just
that
saying the
album sucked.
math won't mathing.
He tried to
But you
go
see,
too young, and you know what I'm saying. Like I was like surprised Buster went. He tried to go way too new with that album, and
yeah,
it didn't work at all. Like, I
Yeah,
was
that
yeah.
album
surprised.
was good.
I'm
Like
That
just
album
it,
was
it
not
was
good.
just it was worse than bad. I was like, this is real bad. Like this is
which
almost
is
unlistenable, bro.
which is why he linked with some other old heads and jumped into his market
Yeah,
and went with people that would sell. Like Missy gonna sell tickets,
yeah,
Sierra gonna sell tickets. They got niche markets, and Missy like that G, so she gonna her market is different. You know what I mean? But Sierra got a niche joint that matches Buster.
yeah.
But whatever. But my whole point is just talking about these tours. You know what I mean? Like Drake and Drizzy shouldn't even have been on tour. So it make it look like a move. So of course it's K-Dot. He like, come on, man, y'all on something.
Yeah, you know K-Dot paranoid.
Yeah, he like you on something. He didn't like, man. He like, oh yeah, that's what it is. Going in.
Ha
But
ha.
oh
But yeah,
man,
you know
nah.
what, Wiz? We the Neanderthals for wanting that battle, and
Hey,
we need to grow. And the rap game is changing, and the negativity and the toxicity is going to be out. So I guess we need to get with it or get rolled on.
yeah,
But from what it looked like, a lot of people feel the same way, bro.
yeah. But you know, it's funny. People gonna talk all that ish, and then next week, watch. By this weekend, it'll be a different narrative.
And somebody said something online that made a lot of sense. They said if Drake did this, y'all would have killed him. And they would have
Oh
clowned Drake.
yeah,
It wouldn't have been no like,
nah,
oh, he's getting his
nah,
spirit together. Da 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 da
nah.
da.
That's why I
Just
say
because
K.
folks sound remorseful,
Nah,
they feel bad for him. Say, Lord, let him
nah.
go. Leave him alone, Johnny.
I'm telling you, Cole got a different fan base, my G. I'm telling you, he got a different fan base. Like I'm
You
telling
guys
you, he
want to
got
see
that middle
blood.
ground.
They keep throwing that word around. You want to see blood. You just want to see
Yeah,
blood. It's a
nah,
rap
hey,
battle, bro. Calm down.
yeah,
Yeah, it ain't, it ain't like they gonna take it to
this is
guns and shit.
not this is not. And what's crazy is, you know, people often talk about Biggie and Tupac, and Biggie and Tupac wasn't even a rap
No,
beef. You know what I mean?
no,
And their demises were not associated with rap beef like that. That's the
no.
craziest thing.
They
Pac
were
got us
rappers who had
that
a
got in the
problem and it turned into
yeah,
beef, but it wasn't over rapping.
yeah. Now one like Biggie joint, people can talk about the hate and the get back, yeah, but the other side, yeah, that was something different. But anyway, we
Hold
ain't
on.
gonna get
So Pac got shot. He thought Biggie could have stopped it or should have stopped it or should have told him who did it after it happened. That's some street shit.
man, come on, real life. Everybody
And
know.
Biggie got shot as a repercussion of the street shit. But not only that, what people don't realize, Biggie really got shot. He stayed in Cali too long. He was
Right,
over there for months.
Biggie joint was a whole different joint. Even Pop joint, the first joint, ain't even had nothing to
That
do
was
with
Haitian
Biggie and
Jack, right? Didn't that have to do something with Haitian
yeah,
Jack?
come
Allegedly. But
on, man.
listen,
Allegedly. King Tut, allegedly.
Pac got in
Yeah, I mean, like,
got in a circle that he might shouldn't have been in, and it went left. They wanted to teach him a lesson. They try to son him like we gonna calm this dude down because he talking crazy. But you can't son a dude like that, so he gonna try to draw. When he drew down, they shot. Well, they saying he shot himself, but end of the
yeah,
day,
he couldn't even
they
get
was
up.
just supposed to rob him and clown and like take his jewelry off him, and then that'll teach you a lesson. No, it went further, and they had to shoot him because he wasn't
Yeah,
letting you. He wasn't giving up. He wasn't giving it up.
yeah.
So it is
People
what it is.
just, yeah, and people were just thinking that people, like, yeah, people got juice, but everybody don't know everything. You know what I mean?
No,
And it still take time to for things to unfold, but
and
that's
Biggie
neither here
don't
nor
know.
there.
Biggie can't stop nothing like that anyway. They
Nah,
called him there
yeah,
just to set him up. They booked the session. It was going to happen. Biggie can't stop nothing. Them dudes on another level than him. The streets got levels to this, and Biggie was a rapper. Rap don't proceed over street dudes that's really out there.
yeah, no, come on, bro. And
End of the day.
anybody know, yeah, so that's what it is.
But
But yeah,
listen,
that was a different thing. This is not, none of this is that. So people
right,
should definitely not be all in their feelings about it being that. Like, respect what it is. It's the art of the culture. Like, you can't accept the culture and not take all parts of it. And I think
right.
a lot of the other generations and different generations that are not akin to the culture, like some people look at battle rap as what Murder Mook and Loaded Lux do, and then or Pat, you know what I mean, what
Right.
Papoose used to do, and yada 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 joints that Remy Ma and people be throwing. But
I'm gonna steal
like
that quote you just said, Wiz.
what?
You said you can't take part of the culture and not take all of the culture.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Like it is what it is. Like this, it's a package deal, my G.
Yeah,
It's a package deal, and like we can't embrace just what we want when we want to, just because it's convenient. Like, nah, it's all of it. And
I'm still mad.
if your favorite BSing out here, you're gonna get a snot box rock, and
Bomb.
we gonna
I
laugh
truly
at it.
think Cole got scared, and that's why we have this issue. He got
Yeah,
scared and regretful, and he didn't like the feedback he was getting, so he decided to reverse the narrative, and he took it on. I don't think it was all that brave. I think it was he just regretted what he said. He didn't want to say it in the first place, so then he stood up on the stage in his hometown and said, "Listen, Kendrick is the greatest. I was wrong. I'm gonna give him credit for doing that, but actually I don't give him credit because that to me is waving a white flag on something you didn't even need to wave it for. He
nah,
even could have the apology itself could have been worded better.
yeah.
He could have said all that without folding.
Or he
You know what
could
I'm
have
saying?
just been like, he could have been like, you know, I still got love for K Dot. This just hip
Right,
hop. This just hip
right.
hop. And,
Say
and
that.
and whatever come next, I take it on the chin because it's hip hop. He could
Say
have
that.
left it at because that's
Yeah,
what
that
he, you
that
know
would
what I
have
mean?
been a great response. A great
Yeah,
response.
yeah, but like all
Say
that
that.
other ish is fugazi, my G.
Just
Like
get
that
out
ish.
there. Say, listen, I still got love for the boy Kendrick. You know what it is. You got my number.
Yeah,
I rock with you, homie. It ain't nothing but it is rapping.
yeah,
Don't get up
yeah.
there and be like my spirit. I'm down in the dumps. Everything is falling
Nah,
apart. I'm in darkness. Like everything I'm about to off myself. Like just like yo, calm down, bro.
right.
Calm down.
And because ultimately, if you really felt like that, you shouldn't have jumped out there. But on some hip hop ish, real quick before we be out of here, it make me question this pen. Because if you
Naturally,
had to put all this stuff in here that you ain't really believe in, and that
you
you
ain't got
got to
nothing.
take back, like where your pen game at, dog? Like that, that's the more controversial part that people ain't gonna probably look at in this whole
You right though.
joint, but because it's like, come on, dog, you supposed. That's why going back to my original point, which is why I can't take you as no big three, being part of no big three. Like,
Nah,
come
he was
on,
right
house.
though. I was fighting one on that, but he was right. After this apology, you can't be big three.
Yeah, like, come on, bro. After that verse,
Yeah.
7 minute drill. I thought it was gonna be 7 minutes on everything I love. I thought it was gonna be a 7 minute joint. Like he just went in like on some game shit. I thought it was gonna be like a scathing 50 Cent, KRS, Nas level ether just cause he been nice with the pen on all these features lately. And that joint just was like,
No, it's supposed to be that he wrote it in 7 minutes.
I feel you, but
That's what they saying. He wrote it in
no, no,
7 minutes.
no. I feel you, but it was deceiving to the ear. As an MC, I expected more.
And you know
It,
what? As an MC, you should be able to pin game a whole bunch of just nondescript stuff and still kill him.
come
You know what I'm
on,
saying?
come on, absolutely,
You can be able to just sit
absolutely.
there and just pick him off with a whole bunch of other stuff without even talking about his catalog and all this.
It,
It could have been
if
way
you that
better.
type of dude, if you that
Yeah.
type of MC, like, and we know that just because if you go back to just like MC ish that we relate to, you know how many battles we had to be in, which was live on topic, and you had to be able to get in and deal with somebody based on the situation, what they say,
Yeah.
what they look like, how they seem, but they, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
come
He
on,
thought he had to ether him, and he didn't. He just had to out-rap him.
right? That's
He
all they've
didn't
been
need to
doing
ether
lately,
him. He just needed to out-rap him. It was a
right?
warning shot,
Just
right? Wasn't
show,
supposed to be
just
a warning shot.
yeah, just
Just
show how
warn him.
fly you are. Just like, come on, like you supposed to show somebody like, I heard you, but you ain't even effing with me. Come on, like, let's really do this. Like, I'm a jab you. I'm a hit you with a few shots, and we gonna get the party popping. That's
Right.
all.
On that note, old heads only is over. This we didn't even really
Wow.
tell him what the name of the show was. This is old heads only, and we talk about old topics. I know some of y'all was like, "What the hell are they talking about?" They keep mentioning old stuff. Rakim and Big Daddy and KRS One. Who's that? Who's PM Dawn? What the hell they talking about? Who's Kumo D? Who's Busy B?
Right. No
This is old
bullshit.
heads only. We appreciate y'all watching. Anything y'all want to say before we get out of here?
Peace, planet. Respect the culture. I
Yeah, it is.
appreciate being on. That's what's up. This is my first time
Y'all
on,
appreciate
so
having you,
respect.
Wiz. You brought a
Yeah,
great
I'm
insight.
surprised you came on, Wiz.
Yeah, you brought a
Yeah,
great
yeah.
insight. So
It
we
was
gotta bring
fun.
you
I
back on.
appreciate it.
We gotta
Good
bring you
looking,
back on, Wiz.
folks. Absolutely.
CLBMG.com. Thank y'all for watching.
Salute.
Make sure you share the video, get in the
Subscribe,
comments,
share,
subscribe,
comment,
share, and tell
talk
me
your
what you think.
ish.
Tell me, is J. Cole scared?
Hey, before we get off, what's your favorite diss song? Favorite diss song of all time? What's your favorite?
It's
And why?
between No Vaseline, Second Round Knockout, and The Bitch in You.
Wow.
How about you, Wiz?
I'm super traditional. I'm gonna always go with The Bridge Is Over. I'm gonna
That's me.
always go
Bridges
with The
Over.
Bridge Is
Bridges
Over.
Over to me is the best one.
Classic.
Yeah.
That's a hard joint.
I was gonna say the Common joint, but I don't really care for the beat on that joint.
No. I mean, outside of that, I gotta say Ether because I never thought Ether would do what it did. I never thought, like, I always believed in God's son. Like, Nas is one of my favorites outside of KRS, but what Ether did, I ain't see it coming. So
One of the greatest.
I gotta salute that. But
One of the greatest.
that's another conversation for another topic there. We like to really get into and unpack because it's a lot of joints.
Yeah, it is.
It's so many joints, bro, and I think we ain't really prepared, like, to really get into it. We should have, but
yeah.
We
off top of my head, though, I say Bridges Over.
Bridges Over.
Absolutely.
I mean, I said Death Blow.
No funny. Wankster joint. I like, say what you want. Wankster joint. That was the last.
What I like the 50 diss joint.
Blow.
What's the joint where he dissing everybody? It's called Coins or something.
Oh, you talking about
dang, I can't think of the name. He's going to everybody. It's on his second album, the Massacre joint.
Yeah, the joint, the Piggy Bank joint. You talking about the Piggy Bank? I mean, the Piggy Bank. Piggy Bank.
Yeah,
joint.
I like that joint.
Fat Joe, Jadakiss.
That joint.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. I low key like New York.
Oh yeah.
With the Ja Rule joint,
the Ja Rule joint, low key. And let me think. I like the I like Sheether.
Oh yeah.
Remy Ma joint.
Right?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
That's a body. She caught a body.
Man, what? Oh my goodness. And it's
I'm
crazy.
just learning today how many Mobb Deep joints was diss joints.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, drop a gem
drop
on
a jewel, man. What?
Drop a gem on him. He going that Tupac on that joint.
Man, 50 G's worth of gun clapping. Well, come on, yo. Prodigy disrespectful on that joint, yo. Good God, somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I'm losing the connection.
All right. Peace and love, planet.
We good out there, gang? Can y'all hear us still?
I appreciate the look.
All right, gang.
And the invite.
We're gonna do it in the future. We're gonna do a whole show and run through all the battles and just discuss battle rap on another joint.
I actually thought that's what we was doing tonight.
I was, but we went so much on Cole, we didn't even need to.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, y'all got real passionate about that Cole and Kendrick joint.
Yeah, I think that would be what it is. We're gonna
had to close the chapter on that joint. Yeah.
We had a lot of people in here. We appreciate y'all watching. Make sure you share, hit the like button. I'm gonna catch y'all on that flip side. CLBMJ. Peace.